You looked so beautiful today in the church. I really could hardly think of a thing to say. You told me you were wearing a big meringue. you were like the Infanta of Spain walking up the aisle today. You just looked fantastic. You were so beautiful. We were so proud of you. Sarah Louise, as many of you may be aware, had quite a restless spirit. She crossed campuses from Galway to Limerick to Dublin. She traipsed the world for work from London to Turin to Helsinki to Melbourne. But if it seemed at times that she was following a wandering star, I'm certain that today her star is firmly fixed in its orbit. She's found David and we're so happy for her. As for her speech, well, nothing is straightforward for my sister. And so, employing a method beloved of music stars and movie moguls who can't quite make it to the awards ceremony, my sister, despite being present in the room, is going to address you now via live video link.
Please forgive the unorthodox approach, but I was torn between a fear of crying and a total inability to stay quiet and say nothing. So a techie male solution was fighting for an emotional female dilemma. I just really wanted to say a few words on this special day. My parents tell a story about how one year, having bought me a beautiful doll with a lovely dress, they ended up rushing out on Christmas Eve and buying me a machine gun because I wanted nothing more than to be like my brother. So I guess I thought the day would never come that they'd see me dressed up in a big white meringue. So I guess much today's relief, I'm here in a big white meringue and not a machine gun. I guess growing up I always idolised my brother and really did want nothing more than to be like him. But for his part, he always maintained that I was great, just the way I was. And I guess he must have got that trait from my parents, who, in a million different ways, always conveyed to me that I was cherished and very special. And I want to say a special thanks to my mom and dad for this fantastic day, and to all my family for the love and support that they've lavished on me over all the years. Our little Dunleavy family was made complete some years ago with the arrival of Catherine, my sister-in-law, who I now regard as a sister that I never had. For my hen weekend in Brighton, Catherine was instrumental in organising a pink stretch Hummer complete with dry ice, champagne and a disco bar and lights, which then brought all the hens to a music studio where we recorded a single. As you can see, right, Catherine is just exactly the type of sister. Given the high regard that I owe my own family in, I thought the Owens had a tough act to follow. But actually, the last time I saw Tom in Greenwich, I accidentally called him Dad. So I guess they've done a pretty good job. I want to thank you for the wonderful way that you've welcomed me into your lives, and in particular to Barbara for making us kneeling cushions from her wedding dress. I'm going to cry, even on video I'm going to cry. I was really very touched by that. I know that they say that when you marry, you take on all the family, not just the man. So I consider myself very lucky with the family that I've inherited. And finally, my husband. Sorry, I'm not crying. But there are, sorry, but there are some people who are so special that you hope that you will just meet them, maybe just even once in your lifetime. And David is one of those people. The very first time I met David, I was in a shocking mood. My boss at the time had asked me to start a new job early, which was bad enough, but actually meant I had to start on St. Patrick's Day. And he then raced me down to the Ministry of Defence in Bath, whereupon he proceeded to march me around in new high heels for an hour. So by the time I actually met David, I was in a pretty grumpy mood until I spied a tall, handsome Englishman in a three-piece suit peering through a wire fence. So, although I totally failed to land a job in the ministry that day, I did catch David's eye. Although I don't think that was exactly the outcome my boss was anticipating on that day. I used to tease Dave before we got married that I would keep my maiden name, but of course that wasn't true because actually I couldn't think of anything better than me, Mrs. David Young. So, even on video I haven't managed to stay tear-free, but I hope you've all had a great day. I'm sure I'm having a fantastic time. I hope you're all enjoying the meal and the speeches, and really looking forward to the dancing. So thank you for being here with my husband and I and sharing this day with us. Aww.